and keeping our pets safe during the summer. What dangers you need to look out for and keep our pets away from. We'll be right back. And a warning from a veterinarian going viral today. It's over hot pavement. These photos show a dog whose paws were badly burned. The owner didn't notice until it was too late. Aw, poor puppy. Which brings us to our next topic, just one of the many summer dangers to our pets. And Dr. David Gonsky from West Loop Vet is joining us now with some other things that we should be watching out for. Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
Pleasure.
So yeah, we're summer's, it's supposed to be here. It's June 19th. It's not here yet, right? Isn't it crazy? We've all been complaining. But just watching that video, that's a good place to start. So we're talking about outside dangers now. And let's start with the subject of sunburn. That's something that we should be concerned about, in addition to the paws in the hot cement, right?
Right. For sure, the paws. So asphalt gets hot from the direct sun, if we ever see direct sun.
Right.
It gets hot. And so you do want to be careful on walks with your dog. Actually, the sidewalks are cooler than the black asphalt, so be careful there. Grass is great. And sand. People forget when you go to the beach, sand gets hot too.
Oh, that's a good idea. So do you maybe recommend putting little booties on them like we do in the winter? Or
booties are great, but really it's just a matter of being careful.
Okay,
and you can just put your hand on it first to see how hot it is, which doesn't answer your question of sunburn.
Yeah. So let's talk about, I was going to say, so we have a list of things you've gave. We have sunburn, heat stroke, dog bites, hot sand, toxic plants, and fertilizers. So sunburn, do we put anything on our dogs for sunburn?
Yeah, we had talked about this once before. So short-coated dogs can do better with the short, like a thin covering or sweater or jacket to protect their skin. And there are sunscreens that are safe for like the nose and ears.
Okay, so
and avoid middle of the day if you've got a very short coated breed.
And then something too we worry about is heat stroke, because sometimes it's hard to tell when you walk your dogs out in the heat. They are breathing hard, but when do you know you really need to be worried about it?
Yeah. So be careful, especially those squished faced or brachycephalic dogs. They overheat more quickly. So watch for excess panting, thick, ropey saliva, and then if your dog is really starting to drag behind or wants to lay down, probably time to stop. And when you're outside, make sure a lot of fresh water and shade.
Okay, you know, I've noticed this craze now of people with certain dogs pushing them around in strollers. That's a thing now. What do you think about that?
Okay. Some of those dogs, it's because they actually have trouble functioning or walking.
Okay.
Some, it's because they are actually very brachycephalic. Other people, it's just a great way for them to get out with their dog.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so let's talk about some food dangers then. When it comes to, we're having barbecues and having people over. What particular things should we be careful?
So there are things that are toxic. There are things that can make them sick. Let's go with the toxins. You've got your grill on. You've got the onions ready to go. Onions are toxic to dogs. Grapes that are in the bowl for all your friends, toxic. Raisins, which are dried grapes. Chocolate, which is also the bars, the brownies, things like that, toxic. And there are some other things as well.
The sugar-free products.
Thank you so much. Yep. Xylitol containing products, so sugar-free candies and gums.
Okay.
Those should be careful.
And then fatty foods is also on the list. Like, what do you mean? Because
if you give your dog a sausage, a fatty hamburger, maybe a hot dog, it can upset their stomach or an organ so much that you can wind up at the ER or with a carpet cleaner at your house.
Oh yeah, one or the other, not good.
Yeah,
okay,
neither.
Now we're talking again about the parties and gatherings, but sometimes, you're not paying attention to your dog and your dog can escape. So that's a big problem.
Yes.
So how do you deal with that?
Right. So first of all, if you have a backyard with a fence or a gate, make sure the gate is closed. If your dog or cat is one who tends to run out when the door is open, put them away while your guests are entering.
Yeah.
And then a reminder, purses and bags, they can go in there and get things out. So make sure that they're up on counters and out of the way so they can't get into it.
And do you recommend the microchipping for all of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And when should that be done? Immediately?
Microchipping, we often will do it very early when they're puppies or kittens. That's the best time. Sometimes then associated with their spay or neuter, depending on their risk of getting out.
Now, fireworks season is coming up, 4th of July. My dog and many did not like fireworks at all. It scares them. What do you do about that? Because you can't stop fireworks, right?
So let's lump fireworks with thunderstorms. Okay, so it's noise phobias. But there are some calming shirts. There are pheromones that can be helpful. But oftentimes a quiet, dark place in your house, a closet, a bathroom, can be helpful, along with ambient noise like a white noisemaker or a box fan. Those can all help. But if those don't help your dog, talk to your veterinarian, because we have great options medically that can really help with that anxiety and that fear to get through the season. And walk your dog early. Don't go out when it's dark because people can't control themselves when they do those fireworks.
Yeah. Okay. Good ideas, and it's good to know about the medications too, because it's something you want to get ready for before it actually starts happening. Because it seems like 4th of July, people get those fireworks and they're shooting them off for a few weeks.
It's like 2 weeks away.
Yeah. So it's very close. Okay. Dr. Gonsky, thank you so much. Always great to have you here. Some great tips, and I wish we could get through all of them, but we do appreciate that.
Big list.
I know. So great to have you here.